Sundhnúka fissure eruption hardly is finished that we are now facing another thing. A magma accumulation under the Svartsengi along the Sundhnúka crater chain and the dikes that we saw. It started just by the beginning of this week, on Monday. The dike, which is the face of the fault line, opened up and the magma present there oozed out. This was the moment that it started. And the relieved pressure caused the fountaining of the lava to the sky. And now, after only a few days, today is Thursday, it has almost stopped. Just a few flames here and there, and the rest of it, what you see, is fumaroles. But the land again has started to rise. The phenomenon that we saw 7 centimeter fall is now reversed. The Svartsengi again, magma is accumulating under it and rising again back even more. This phenomenon will continue. As I mentioned, this area will have what we call as fires. A decade of rise and fall, eruption, and ceasing of activity. I had a video about this. I will put it at the end of this video. You can see that what I mean by this. The dam stays there. This is going to protect the Svartsengi power plant, geothermal power plant, and the Blue Lagoon, and hopefully the Grindavik from the next eruption, which now seems imminent. The dike which is collecting magma in the Svartsengi and is due to the extension of the fault lines, the graben formed there, is continuing. We see the evidence for it in the forms of these tectonic blue tremors. You see the tremors? This is the earthquake chart. For the Little we see it for the Svartsengi, we see it for the Fagradalsfjall. All point to the fact that the activity of the extension of the fault, the blue line rising, is continuing. And with that, we see the evidence for also some magma forming there in the form of the fuzzy lines in these earthquake charts also. And we know these are earthquakes because they match with these waves of the earthquake you see here. And on the map, you see that they extend from the west toward the east. On the actual ground, you see in the field, there is no evidence for a change of pressure in the air. Air pressure changes can cause tremors, be visible in the seismogram. We don't see the change in the air pressure. There is no cloud rushing to here. We don't see storms. We don't see clouds moving around. We don't see the rain, the evidence all for the change of the weather. This is the ground rising and falling. This is pure tectonic. And you can see that because of the collection of the magma, we saw the earthquakes rise in the early November, then the land rose with it, dropped down, and again rose again back to where it was. The dikes is extending all the time. I wonder what people say when they say this dike is finished. Magma is not going to do anything. You see the evidence for it. This extension of the mid-Atlantic region is not going to stop. It will continue, and we will see more eruptions. This is where we are looking now. Reykjanes Peninsula and Reykjanes Ridge in the Atlantic Ocean itself are all evidence that this extension is continuing. Magma is rising from the top part of the mantle of the earth, reaching the surface, differentiating, forming lava, tholeiitic basalts, we call it. In this kind of eruptions, we see more. They're different from the subduction setting. These are extension of the mid-Atlantic and mid-oceanic ridges, and this continues in this area. We will have eruption eventually.